Definitely was a good experience. Who knows what it's going to do from here? Is it going to dip back down? Is it going to continue to soar? All right, so first let me start the video off by saying this is not financial, legal, or investment advice of any kind. If you're seeking that out, seek a lawyer or a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence. That being said, I'm just talking about my own personal experience. So, anyways, the Dominican Peso is at an all-time high from 10 years ago. I made a video in front of the Malecon in Santo Domingo. It was back in October when I had transferred it in at 64, and I think I got like 64.53. I dipped down, down to here to 62-ish in November, right? But I had kind of locked it in the end of October timeframe, like October 28th, and I got a really good rate. So the rate in the app, XE app, is what I'm using. The exchange rate does not always match your bank rate. Sometimes it's a little worse, sometimes actually a little better. So anyways, yeah, I got a really good rate back in October, and then because it was at all-time highs in October, I had went ahead and transferred in. Try to do a good amount. That way you get, best bang for your buck. And then it did dip down here to 62-ish. So, you know, I was glad I did. And now it's all the way back up to 64.20. So definitely was a good experience. Who knows what it's going to do from here? Is it going to dip back down? Is it going to continue to soar? Well, I don't know. I'm just going off the last 10 years, and I do like the 64-ish range, just based on what I've seen, even over just the last year. It hasn't really started hitting that until October-ish time frame. So, for me, it was a good deal, and I think for a lot of other expats living in the Dominican Republic, it has been a great time to buy pesos. Um, Even, if you kind of compare treasuries to pesos, it's like, wow. So treasuries are what, 4% or probably less than that now. But anyways, 6% the pesos risen over this last year. So that's pretty nice just to know that. And then the question is it going to go back down, right? Or is it going to continue to rise? I don't know. But anyways, I haven't seen it do this before. I thought I'd connect this chart along with the video I made in front of the Malecon. I just figured, I could make a chat about the Dominican peso anywhere. Why not do it somewhere nice in front of the Malecon there in the water in the front? Thought I'd give you some nice views. Anyways, hope you enjoy the video. And I think for me, I plan on buying some more Dominican pesos, and let's see what happens. It's going to be exciting.
Good afternoon. So I was going to talk today about the Dominican peso against the US dollar. So what's going on right now is it's higher than it's been in 10 years and possibly ever. Um, the Dominican peso before 2019 was around, it kind of fluctuated, but kind of right before 2021 it was at 58, and it kind of dropped down quite a bit. And for a while, for a couple years, let's say over the next 5 years, and now it has risen to, I believe, is an all-time high of 64 pesos per dollar. So we haven't seen it this high before, and you know, I don't. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? If it's going to go down, if it's going to go up, but it's at a really good rate against the United States dollar. So I think right now it's definitely been a great opportunity to, jump on that for me personally, and for maybe other expats that are living in the Dominican Republic. Um, and it's part of the benefit that's going on right now. It's just, it's a little bit cheaper to live here, and with the rising dollar against the peso, it's definitely helping out retirees and many people living abroad. So it's great even on a small scale. But what some people will do is buy a lot, when they feel like it's elevated, and then kind of not buy any when it's lower. I know even in 2025, I believe it was around the April, May timeframe, it dropped to down to 58. So even just looking at that, what is that, a 7 or 10% jump um, from where it was in May? So good time. I'm out here on the Malecon in Santo Domingo right now. Little view there. But anyways, if you enjoy the island life, the beach, Dominican Republic is a great place. Lower cost of living, although it is rising some now. I have seen a change in prices when it comes to rent. And if you would like to see a video on cost of living in the Dominican Republic, please post that in the comments below. And if we get enough people commenting, maybe we'll make a cost of living video. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of, tell you about right now the opportunity. It's a great lifestyle where you're on the beach, or if you prefer the city. What I really like about Santo Domingo is that you do have that big city life. So you got a lot going on. But in addition to that, you also have a beach not far. There's Boca Chica, about 30 minutes away from Santo Domingo. So if you want a nice beach to go to, Boca Chica is great. Um, some people may, there may be better beaches, Baibi, Punta Cana. However, just being, 35 minutes away from a city where you have lots of activities, lots of things to do, it is nice to kind of be within that distance and be able to do that. One of the things some expats contemplate is living in other areas, like, for example, Santiago, which is a great city, but there's really no beach nearby. Closest beach may be about 2 hours away. So if you do like the beach life, that might not be the right city for you, but it is a great city, very clean, seems to be well organized, and great lifestyle. But if you're a person that really enjoys the beach, and that might not be the right place for you. Santo Domingo, you could have that best of both worlds, where you have a lot of things to do. I mean, Santo Domingo does have its problems like anywhere else, but it is a great city overall. If you like to have fun things to do and also be within driving distance of a nice beach, 30 minutes away, Boca Chica works. So some people that are contemplating moving down, consider that the exchange rate. I don't really see that many people talking about the exchange rate in Dominican Republic right now, so I thought I'd make this video and kind of show you a little bit. And this is Santo Domingo, but this is not really water. Not sure if you're allowed to swim in, but even if you are, you probably really don't want to swim in it. We're particularly right here in the Malecon. But it's still nice to have a great view. It's very relaxing. I mean, I was even in California, which is some areas that have great views, but certain parts, like the water was freezing, at least when I was there. So I enjoy the views, but not so much to swim in it. So with this area, yeah, I believe that it looks pretty deep, so I wouldn't swim in this area. And plus, there's there are some broken bottles and things like that in certain areas, so you got to be careful for that. But still get great views, y'all. And with the peso being at, I believe, is an all-time high, who knows what's going to happen in the future? Maybe it does go higher, maybe it doesn't, though. So I think at least for people that are living here or consider living here, might be a good time to consider buying some pesos and taking advantage of that opportunity to, that's a pretty big difference. I mean, from 58 to 64, and even just when it was at 58 back in 2020, 2021, it went down quite a bit for a while. I mean, not a lot, I guess, but it did go down. So, but if you kind of do some math, run some numbers, and if this isn't personal financial advice or life advice of any kind, so do your own research and do what your own personal financial advisor says is great for you. But I did think that if you enjoy the beach, oh, got some motorcycles going by. Oh no, that's a car. Is that a? Yeah, that's a Dodge Charger. You don't see many of those here. At least I don't. See a lot of beautiful cars though in Santo Domingo. I mean, you've seen Lamborghinis, Ferraris, a lot of Mercedes, a lot of BMWs here. So this area, and especially if you like the Pantini Naco area, you'll see quite a few luxury cars driving around. So um, a lot of business owners and people here in the capital. So the Dominican Republic has great things to offer, and if you're not quite set on, hey, I want to stare at the beach all day, Santo Domingo is a great alternative to just, you know, there's great restaurants here, a lot of options here as far as restaurants goes. Um, a lot of nightlife and stuff going on. They also have fun, spirited culture. So good to see them out and about. And maybe we'll see you out here in the Dominican Republic, out and about, enjoying the high peso against the dollar right now. And hopefully you have an opportunity to take advantage of that. If you are even just visiting here for a while, this could be a great opportunity for you to get more for your money. So anyways, that's it for this video, and look forward to seeing you.